Tesla Model S 2021 Plaid Rocketship unveiled. Elon Musk's stand-up routine was a whirlwind of superlatives last week as he officially launched the production of the Tesla Model S Plaid performance sedan. The car will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.99 seconds, edging out the 2-second record to the second decimal point. The quarter mile will be completed in 9.23 seconds. It has a top speed of 200 miles per hour. It has over 1,000 horsepower and 20 horsepower to spare. Each benchmark is marked with a check mark. It's the fastest. It's the safest option. It's the most effective. It's a forerunner for a future in which electric vehicles are kick-ass. The presentation was at its best in terms of EV and Elon Musk. Hello and welcome back to my Tesla EV World YouTube channel. Before we move on, please hit the subscribe button to support our content and make sure you don't miss a single episode. Musk then turned his attention away from the car's performance and towards its capacity to read human minds. It is devoid of controls because, in his opinion, input is error. The automobile will detect your approach and open the door for you. It won't need to be turned on because, hey, you got in, didn't you? That means you're going somewhere because the automobile decides whether you want to move forward or backward. It no longer has a shifter stalk or any other physical control. It will create a navigation path for the day depending on your calendar. Please, please, please don't forget to put something on your calendar. In order to predict your movements, it will geocache everything you do. It's also set up to provide a home theater experience for watching movies and playing video games, letting you relax in the stylish interior while your Tesla drives. So here's what's wrong. Engineers mocked up the Mercury capsule with no controls when NASA was preparing to carry the first Americans into space. The trips would be fully automated with the spaceship controlled from Earth. There would be no need for human piloting, despite the fact that the Mercury 7 were chosen from a pool of competent test pilots after a rigorous astronaut selection process. The astronauts shout in anger in a pivotal sequence in The Right Stuff. They had no intention of allowing themselves to be launched into space as spam in a can. On John Glenn's orbital journey on board Friendship 7, a thruster failed, so he seized manual control. Then, when Mission Control noticed a malfunction with the craft's heat shield, he directed it through re-entry, demonstrating the need of a professional pilot over a passive passenger. Later, on Gemini 8, seconds before passing out, Neil Armstrong regained control of a spacecraft that was spinning rapidly out of control, resolving a dangerous problem that no computer could have addressed. It was perhaps this experience that led him to commanding Apollo 11, where his piloting skills saved the mission with seconds of fuel remaining at touchdown. Not every motorist is a space traveler. Many drivers clearly lack the necessary skills. If cars can drive themselves eventually, it may be a good thing, and those people are welcome to sit back and play a video game. But those aren't drivers who want, need, or should be near a car that takes 2 seconds to accelerate. I am, in fact, rounding up. Drivers who desire after the Model S Plaid's purported performance potential, on the other hand, desire to drive. They don't want a car that doesn't have any controls. Alternatively, a steering yoke that will tangle their arms. Whether it breaks 2 seconds or not, it's safe to presume this will be a 3-motor monster on the straightaway. But drivers like Benz. They don't have time to watch movies or play video games. The game is driving. Many of us are still getting used to the notion that manual transmissions are becoming increasingly rare. We have no desire to let the car decide whether we're moving ahead or backward, and that feature alone should be a deal breaker for anyone who enjoys driving. If a Tesla can drive itself someday, and to be clear, no Tesla can drive itself right now, then certainly it'll chauffeur you at a leisurely pace and all that performance engineering will be irrelevant. Alternatively, a driver, a genuine driver, can rant about all the controls he's been denied, turn off as much of HAL 9000 as he can, and make the car go crazy. In any event, a slew of purported talents, as well as the money invested in them, will be squandered. So who is this vehicle intended for? Are you a professional driver, or are you spamming a can, or an astronaut? The customers may be neither. Wealthy individuals who regard the machine as a party trick, who will yell the performance figures and geek out over the gimmicks while ignoring the paradox at its core. Definitely a halo vehicle. It's difficult to fathom widespread appeal for a car that is so at odds with itself, especially with the Model S and Model X sales on the decline. Tesla delivered only 2,020 Model S, X's in the first quarter, whereas Porsche sold 9,072 Taycans in the same period. Well, that's all for now. Still need more info before taking the plunge? Check out our other videos for more info. And if you thought this video was helpful or funny, be sure to like and subscribe and tell us in the comments, do you like the Model S Plaid and why? Thanks, guys.